Most retirees are losing about $300 a month. Folks, that's $3,600 a year. And many of them don't even realize it. And it's not because they're careless. It's not because they're bad with money. It's not because they're out there buying big fancy things either. It's because no one ever showed them the simple system that keeps spending predictable, calm, and under control. And here's the part that surprises people. Almost all of that wasted money comes from the same places. The same habits, the same blind spots. And the reason so many retirees lose that $300 a month is simple. No one taught them the 5 habits we're going to talk about today. You know, these habits are small, they're practical, and once you learn them, you stop feeling like your money is slipping through your fingers. You start feeling in control again. So let's walk through them one by one, and I'll show you exactly where that $300 is going and how you can get it back. Tip number 1, you got to know what enough really means. You know, the first thing I had to learn was what enough meant for me. A lot of people go into retirement without ever really understanding what their monthly life actually cost them. They know the big bills, but not the real number. The number that reflects how they actually live day to day. You know, when I finally sat down and tracked my expenses, not for a week, not even for a month, but for several months, I started to notice something interesting. There were little leaks everywhere. A streaming service I forgot. A subscription box I didn't even enjoy anymore. A couple of apps on my phone that were quietly charging me every month. And those small treat myself purchases that didn't seem expensive in the moment, but added up fast. And here's the thing, none of those leaks felt big. None of them felt dangerous, but added together, they were eating away at my retirement income. And it wasn't just subscriptions. Shoot, it was habits, it was routines, it was little things I never questioned because I'd been doing them for years. Once you know your real numbers, those leaks become much easier to see and really much easier to fix. And that alone, folks, can save retirees hundreds of dollars a month. But more importantly, it gives you peace of mind. Because now you're not guessing. You're not hoping. You're not wondering if you're overspending. You know. And knowing is the first step to taking control. Tip number 2, eliminate debt before you retire. I tell you, one of the most powerful things I ever did was get rid of my debt before retirement. When you're living on a fixed income, the last thing you want is sending payments to everyone else every month. It's like dragging old baggage into a new chapter of your life. We focused hard on paying off our mortgage, our car, and every bit of credit card debt. And I'll be honest, it wasn't easy. There were months where it felt like we were pushing a boulder uphill. But the day those payments finally disappeared, the day the mortgage was gone, the day the credit cards hit zero, it felt like someone had lifted a weight off my chest. The peace of mind that came with being debt-free was worth more than any investment return I could have earned. And here's something people, they don't talk about enough. When you eliminate debt, you don't just save money, you gain flexibility. Suddenly, your monthly budget becomes a lot more comfortable. You can breathe, you can enjoy life a little more, you can handle surprises without panicking. Debt steals your freedom. Getting rid of it gives your freedom back. And if you're already retired and still carrying some debt, folks, you're not alone. Just having a plan, even a slow, steady one, can make a huge difference. Tip number 3, downsize and simplify. This one changed everything for me. Downsizing, not just my house, but my entire lifestyle. I realized I didn't need the big house, the extra rooms, or even half the stuff I owned. Most of it was just sitting there, taking up space, collecting dust, costing money. So I sold what I didn't use. We moved into a smaller place and we simplified our life. And less space means less maintenance, lower taxes, smaller utility bills, fewer repairs, and a whole lot less stress. But folks, here's the part I didn't expect. Downsizing didn't feel like losing anything. It felt like gaining something. Clarity. I could find things again. I wasn't cleaning rooms I never used. I wasn't paying to heat and cool space I didn't need. And simplifying didn't stop with the house. I simplified my routines, my wardrobe, my schedule, my expectations. Sometimes the easiest way to stop money from slipping away, simply needing less of it. And for many retirees, downsizing is the single biggest financial relief they'll ever experience. Tip number 4, build multiple small income streams. You know, I didn't have one huge source of retirement income, but I did have several small ones. I had, a little Social Security. I had a very small pension, some dividend paying investments. I had a part-time job that I actually enjoyed, and a hobby that turned into a small side income. None of them were huge. None of them were flashy. But when you stack a few small streams together, they add up. And they make retirement feel much more stable because money isn't coming from just one place. Here's what surprised me. The part-time job wasn't about the money. It gave me structure, gave me purpose. It gave me a reason to get out of the house. And the extra income, that was just a bonus. And the hobby income, that's just for fun. It didn't feel like work. It felt like sharing something that I enjoyed with other people. Multiple small streams don't just help your budget. They help your confidence. They make you feel like you're not just spending in retirement. You're still contributing, still creating. You're still moving forward, really. And even if you don't want to work at all, that's fine. I've stopped my job. Sometimes the smallest income stream, a craft you sell once in a while. A little interest, a tiny dividend. It's enough to take the pressure off. Tip number 5, stay intentional with your spending. One thing retirement teaches you pretty quickly, actually, is that money flows out differently than it did during your working years. Folks, when you're working, you spend and then the paycheck comes in. There's a rhythm to it. But in retirement, the rhythm changes. There's no automatic refill every 2 weeks. And that can make spending feel different. That's why intentional spending becomes so important. Before buying something, I started asking myself a simple question. Is this adding real value to my life? Not do I want it. Not is it on sale. Not do other people have it. Just does this actually make my life better? And surprisingly, a lot of things didn't. A lot of purchases were just habits or boredom or impulse or convenience. That small mindset shift alone helped stop a lot of unnecessary spending. And here's the best part. Intentional spending doesn't feel restrictive. It feels empowering. Because you're choosing where your money goes instead of wondering where it went. So here's a recap. If you want to stop that quiet $300 a month leak, remember these 5 habits. Know what enough really means. Eliminate debt. Downsize and simplify. Build multiple small income streams. Stay intentional with your spending. Folks, if you focus on those 5 things, you'll be surprised how much money stops slipping away and how much more control you actually feel over your retirement. So if this video helped or inspired you, give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone who might be worried about their retirement. And don't forget to subscribe, because on this channel, folks, we talk about real life retirement without the fluff, without the fear, and without the fantasy numbers. So thanks for spending some of your day with me. Stay steady, and I'll see you in the next video.